Hi, Collective. I'm Ancient, and this message is centered around what your higher self wants you to know right now. This is a message for those of you who have felt emotionally stuck, spiritually dry, or silent and heartbroken. If you're ready for deep healing and realignment, this message might be for you. All right, so I have Temperance, the Five of Cups, the King of Pentacles, and the Four of Cups. This this Five of Cups here is showing up in a position of the weight of unspoken grief. Many of you are carrying silent grief, losses that haven't been named, disappointments you've tucked away in order to keep moving. The Five of Cups reminds us, yes, there something could have been lost and it mattered, but you are still standing. You are resilient. There is still something waiting to be seen that's right behind you. This is about giving yourself permission to grieve, but also your reminder that you are not your past. Um, I'm also picking up with this Four of Cups energy is the feeling of emotional disconnection. You've been emotionally checked out, unmoved, unfulfilled. You may even be pushing away the very things that are trying to reach you. There's a numbness here, but also a call. The universe is offering a new emotional experience, but it requires your full presence. What if the thing you are yearning for is already right in front of you, but you're too guarded to receive it? With temperance being here, this represents that healing bridge, the co creation between you, yourself, your ancestors, and the universe. Temperance shows up when we are ready to come back into balance. This is the card of alchemy. It is sacred. It's mixing of the shadow and the light, logic and emotion, masculine and feminine. You're being called to stop swinging between extremes and come home to your center. Healing doesn't come from control or collapse or losing control. It comes from integration, self reflection. You are learning to live in your wholeness. The King of Pentacles here is the embodiment of sovereignty. This is where you are headed. The King of Pentacles is grounded, wise. It is the sovereign version of you. This is the representation of emotional maturity. This is knowing your worth without having to prove it, without the need of validation. This is being rooted, abundant, and available for yourself and those you love. You don't need to chase. You're becoming the kind of person who attracts stability and emotional safety for yourself. When you start to live from emotional truth, you become magnetic. People feel your alignment. They trust your energy. That what draws love, abundance, and community to you is authenticity. The King of Pentacles, also representing the divine masculine, is showing up as the grounded, stable, and materially focused energy. He's embodying the archetype of the provider, the builder, and the protector. The masculine energy is strong in responsibility and reliability. However, It may also be leaning heavily into the material or external world, prioritizing status and tangible results over emotional depth or spiritual presence. Be mindful not to get lost in the materialistic side of yourself. The masculine energy is present and dependable, but maybe too rooted in the physical, lacking emotional expression or spiritual openness. This Five of Cups suggests that underneath the grounded surface, the masculine is carrying deep grief, guilt, or regret, possibly unspoken pain from the past emotional wounds or failed relationships. The shadow here is the inability to process loss or disappointment, which leads to emotional suppression and disconnection. The masculine hides his wounds under layers of stoicism and responsibility. There is mourning in the heart that hasn't been honored and reflected upon. I'm seeing in my mind's eye the hermit, the card of self reflection. The divine feminine in the Four of Cups is a state of emotional withdrawal or dissatisfaction. She may be rejecting what's currently available emotionally, longing for deeper soul nourishment that isn't being met. There could be disconnection from intuition, creativity, or emotional fulfillment. The feminine energy feels unacknowledged or uninspired. There is a yearning for a deeper emotional or spiritual connection, but she is guarded and disengaged. Temperance, surprisingly, is typically a card of balance. But here it appears as a shadow, which suggests that the feminine may be overcompensating and trying to keep the peace or stay balanced or not say anything or be silent to the point of self denial. She may be merging too much, sacrificing her truth, or struggling to maintain harmony without honoring her raw emotional needs. The energy of submissiveness can take away the inability of harmony within the self. The energy of submissiveness can take away the ability of truth. The feminine shadow is stuck in trying to be too perfect or composed, which is diluting her emotions instead of fully expressing them. We can infer that the masculine is burdened by unprocessed grief that is hiding behind success and control, using money and material gain, pretending as if everything is all right. The feminine energy feels emotionally unfulfilled and unseen and unheard, yet tries to remain poised, diluting reality. Both energies are not being fully expressed. Emotions are withheld, truths are buried, and healing is postponed. The masculine must face his pain and allow himself to be vulnerable. The feminine must give herself permission to feel and express and be witnessed rather than holding it all in for sake of peace. Temperance calls for true integration, blending logic and emotion, action and stillness, doing and feeling. True union comes from vulnerability. The divine masculine and feminine must both step out of their emotional hiding places and meet one another in raw honesty. Healing begins when grief is seen, emotions are honored, and stillness becomes a space for reconnection, not withdrawal. This is about revealing a profound emotional divide, a partnership of inner dynamic where emotional needs are present but unspoken. The healing path is through emotional integration, honest reflection, and letting both energies speak without fear of judgment. And so it is written, and so it is done. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll talk to you soon.